different, trust me. So let's go through some examples of moving overseas, what you have to do before you move overseas. And again, my personal experience. If my suffering helps you, let's do it. Because I'd hate to think that I went through this for nothing. I really would hate to do that. It's my only objection to dying at this moment in time would be, I lived through all this for nothing. I don't fear death. It just sort of makes me sad that it comes to that. First thing you need before moving overseas, you need a job. Do you have the skills that that country is looking for? 2, get a contract. If you ever hear anyone say to you that you must be on site in order for a corporation to hire you in that country, they are lying. Hang up on them and try a different country. That's what they pulled on me in New Zealand. After you have a signed contract in your hands, leave everything you have behind. Take nothing but a suitcase, maybe 2, but nothing more than you can personally carry yourself. If you can't get your bags on and off a plane or on and off a bus, leave it behind. Here's the hard one, as if this isn't hard enough. Say goodbye to your pets. Find them good homes. Leave them behind. If you can't find them good homes, you take them to the vet and you have them killed. You hold them in your arms. You say, give me something that will make them die painlessly, gently. Because I'm telling you right now, from my personal experience, it's better for them and better for you. This is ugly, but it's true. When you leave the States, go with no debt, because whatever money you make overseas will not pay your bills in the States. It's better to leave everything behind or leave nothing behind. Better to sell everything or just throw it in a dumpster than to put it into storage. Again, I learned this from personal experience. Better to sell everything and leave nothing behind, or throw it in a dumpster, because you have to assume you'll never see it again. This is all very hard stuff, I know. I did it the other way around. And now that everything in the world I have is gone, I still owe the Bank of New Zealand money for having it shipped over to me. It's better I should have left it in storage in the States and let them throw it away. Better I should have just thrown it into the dumpster before I left. It would have saved me so much money. I lost my truck. I had to sell it. A friend of mine sold it for me in the States. I love that truck. It's the truck I dreamed about as having as a kid. I finally had it, and I had it for 12 years, I think. I loved that truck. And from all the lies I heard in New Zealand, I knew I could just ship it over in a couple of months because I'd be making money. I'd be being paid. No. I lost everything. So before you leave the States, either sell it or get rid of it. I'm just telling you. And trust nothing that you hear. Believe only what you see. And I'm sorry, we have to use the horror story of New Zealand again. And yes, I know you're tired of me talking about New Zealand, and I truly guarantee to you that I'm tired of talking about it myself. But the New Zealanders will loudly declare how civilized and welcoming and friendly they are, and that bigotry and prejudice and racism do not exist in New Zealand. Even as they rape Asian women in the street in broad daylight while other Kiwis look on and continue to walk by. Why? She's a foreigner. And yes, this has happened in New Zealand numerous times. You read a newspaper. So again, trust your eyes. Ignore what you are told. Believe nothing that anyone says to you unless it's in writing and it's signed. Now, that said, Europe is infinitely better than New Zealand. Frankly, hell would be better than New Zealand. But in Europe, there are still problems. How long have you been in your profession? If it's longer than 10 years, it's a pretty good bet no one will hire you. You're too overqualified. You will frighten people. If you're from the States and you go to New Zealand, you're going to be hated, loathed, despised, and feared because you're American. Don't really have that problem so much in Europe. The problem we have in Europe is if you have dark skin, they're still not crazy about that. But at least they're not going to lynch you for it. They'll let you have a job just because you have dark skin. That won't bother them. Just don't expect a lot of friendliness. So running away from the States at this point in time is a good idea, but only if you have a plan. Only if you have some place specific to go, a job waiting for you, or you have enough money in the bank to see you over for a few years. Now, if you've got a lot of money in the bank, or enough, you can live very cheaply in Europe on your US dollars. And if you can live cheaply in Europe, you stay 90 days in one country, you spend another 90 days in another country, it'll give you a chance to find your legs. Germany is a great place. As Americans, we can go to Germany and stay as long as we like. But please, and I'm begging you, have a plan. And have a plan that actually works. And then ask questions. And then ask more questions. I should have asked the old witch who sent me to Europe. I was going to Buenos Aires. She said, no, you're going to Europe. I should have asked more questions of the old witch. That's why I tell the story over and over again. If I had asked the old witch, well, who are the true loves of my life? Are they going to be happy to see me? She would have told me the truth, and I wouldn't have gone. If I had asked the old witch, well, what jobs am I getting? Am I getting another corporate job, which is all I want? I don't want the moon and the stars. I just want my girls, and I want my job. If I had asked questions of the old witch, she would have had to tell me, and I would have gone to Buenos Aires. Ask more questions. Now, it's been 4 years since I fled the United States, thinking I had a place to go, a job, and a place where I was told over and over again I would be welcome and I would be family. All lies. And all those lies cost me everything I had. And it's taken me this long, 4 years, to finally just now to get back on my feet financially. And I'm still deep in debt from my trip to New Zealand, from the lie that is New Zealand. And it's been very hard, and it's been very ugly, and it's been very mean-spirited, and I simply cannot recommend it to you. But you might have something that I've never had. You might have a family who loves you and will work with you and will stand by you. Now, if you've got that, you'll probably be okay. Of course, having a few bucks in the bank will help too. For all of us here at the 2012fad.com, this is Charlie Bluehawk. Wishing you a really good day and reminding you, please, keep just one good thought. The 2012 Fad is brought to you by Coffee and Blood, Love Letters Between the Dead, a series of 5 erotica horror novels about a fallen angel fighting his way back to regain his own soul, and how the CIA war against the human race, their black magic, captures and traps him in the body of a mind-controlled slave designed to hunt down and to kill their god, their Satan.